Hello? 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 Oh, there you guys are. Hey, I couldn't find you behind the endless screen. Where'd you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? I've been wearing a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Hey. 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 It's your girl, Cyan. Haven't seen y'all in like a week, I guess. I was too busy, what did I do last week? I don't know. I was just really tired last week. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like streaming. And then my brother, I know there was supposed to be a collab happening. Yes, 13 plus. There's supposed to be like a collab happening on the weekend, but they got canceled because everybody pulled out of it, and it was a whole thing. My brother came over, so I don't know. What did I do last week? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I enjoyed every second of it, but I'm back now. You're gonna put some spells? What does that mean? Please do not cast spells in my chat. Please don't cast any spells. Don't do it. Don't do it. Unless you're gonna teach us how to spell. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Shadow! Shadow, I think you're a very, very cool person. I always think you're super duper cool. And I think you're doing a good job right now. I think you're doing a very good job right now, and I love having you around. Okay? Okay? Okay! Hey friends! Thank you, Coda! Thank you. What about a safe person? Yeah, a safe person too. Yeah, safe person. Yeah, but yeah, I kind of missed you guys. I was like, today I spontaneously was like, you know what? I need to go back to my normal stream schedule. Welcome to... Oh, join the parade. That's incorrect. Welcome to Puppy Academy. I still gotta change my I still gotta change what it says for when people on YouTube follow. No offense, why do you sound like that? Because I just have a higher pitched voice. What you mean? What you mean, homie? Because she's a girl. Yeah, I think that's a good explanation. Because she's a girl. I'm also a kindergarten teacher. So having a higher pitched voice kind of helps there. I don't know. It's just if it's too high pitched, then don't watch. It's that easy. If you don't have to like high pitched voices. Some people like dark pitch and then they follow. You're so silly. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Paul. Some people like high pitched voices. Some people don't. You know, it ain't for everybody. And I ain't gonna fault you for it either. Ooh, woo. I ain't gonna fault you for it. I ain't gonna be offended or anything. We're all people. We all have our preferences. Yes. How you doing? I'm doing pretty okay, Night. I'm doing pretty okay. You have nothing else to do, so you're here? Oh, okay, well, welcome aboard, friend. I hope you stick around, yeah? Yeah. This week has been really interesting. The biggest thing that happened this week, yesterday, because, well, I've said it before in my stream, I'm getting married to Kotaru. Me and Kotaru are getting married at the end of this month, so we're getting really close to it happening. And I've been telling people at my work, I say, hey, by the way, when I come back from the winter break, I won't be Miss Blue anymore. I'll have a different name. And yesterday, my coworkers, they threw a surprise bridal shower. I had no idea it was happening. There was just a lot of weird things that was going on that day yesterday that I didn't take note of. Like, a lot of people randomly kept walking up to me and saying congratulations, and I was like, why are y'all congratulating me? Like, y'all know I'm getting married. Y'all known this for a long time. Why is today the day you're congratulating me? You know, I was like really confused. And then all of a sudden, small things, like I started to go walk to pick up my students from like the media center because they had library time today. And as I'm walking, like a teacher stops me and they turn me around completely, and they're like, hey, I need to ask you some questions, and they completely turn me around. I was like, I need to pick up my kids, and they're like, oh, don't worry about that. And I was like, what do you mean don't worry about that? The media teacher is going to take your kids to class. And I'm like, why would my media teacher take the kids back to class? I was so confused, but you know what? There's a lot of weird things that happened, but I just kind of ignored, and I just went on my best life. And then I got surprised, and then I was super surprised. Yeah, at the end of the day, they were like, there's an announcement on the intercom, like, if you're attending the important meeting in the media center, please go ahead and start heading that way. If you're attending the important meeting in the media center, please start heading that way. And I was like, that's weird. But I had a different meeting to attend. So I start walking towards my other meeting, and that's when I passed like a first grade teacher, and they were like, hey, shouldn't you be going to the media center for the special meeting? And I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be a part of that? They were like, yeah, you are. You're supposed to be a part of that. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So I turned around, I start going to the media center for this walk in there, and then like, surprise! And they had like an entire like super big surprise like bridal shower. It was like the coolest, sweetest thing ever. It was so cute. I literally cried the entire time because I'm not used to being the center of attention. I've never been in a scenario where I was the center of attention before. So the fact that all of my coworkers like have put that together and like were like saying super nice things to me. They gave me my special bride table to sit at. They brought like cake. One of the coworkers who like, hey, she caters foods a lot. She like made a whole like ton of foods for everybody. It was so sweet. I literally cried for hours. I cried the entire time I was there. Literally, anytime anyone said anything nice to me, I started crying. There was a lot of hugs, a lot of like nice words and stuff, and some people brought gifts and whatnot. And it was just a crazy thing. I never grew up with like birthday parties or anything, so I've never like had a moment where like I was the center of attention. That doesn't exist, you know. So I didn't know what to do with myself. I low-key, because I got an anxiety, I kind of wanted to hide. I was so ready to hide in a corner, but I couldn't because I was the star of the show for the day. So it was really scary. But it was really sweet. They were so kind. We're gonna cut the cake that they bought me tomorrow because we haven't cut the cake yet. But it was a really fun thing that they did. It's funny because some of the people who were supposed to be there, they're like, wait, that was yesterday? When I talked to them today about it, and I was like, yeah, it was yesterday. They're like, no, I feel bad because it was supposed to, I thought it was like today, I thought it was tomorrow. And I was like, don't feel bad. There's already too many people to begin with. What favorite cake? They didn't cut it. It just looked like a standard like vanilla cake with like, like traditional type icing. I don't think it was whipped. It didn't look like whipped icing. It looked like traditional icing. Hey, Levio. I have no idea, but I hope since it is they bought the cake for me that after everyone gets their slice tomorrow that I get to take the cake home. Oh, I would love to devour a cake. That thing gonna be gone within 24 hours. A full-size cake, bro. Bro, they gonna make me sin. It's gonna taste amazing. I'm so excited. I love sweet. You won't eat anything other than chocolate? Ooh. You know, a lot of my students, I tell my students a lot that I don't like chocolate. It's the biggest example I use when we're talking about like, we all don't feel the same. We all don't like the same things. Oh, who is that? Oh, Wave, you finished your check-in. You finished your check-in. I was about to call you sweetie. Sorry, I'm still in teacher mode. I'm still in teacher mode. I try not to call people that. I try not to call grown adults that. But I call my students that. I'm like, sweetie, hey sweetie, come here, sweetie. Compliment where? You want a compliment? You want a compliment? Hey, hound. Hey. Okay. Hold on. Gears turning. Gonna make the compliments unique. Gears are turning. Wave, I really like your problem-solving skills. I think you are really good at handling situations, and it is why I made you a mod in the first place. There, I like your problem-solving skills. You're good at solving problems. You're good. That's why you're a mod. Because you know how to take a situation and make it less sucky. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Soleil! How are you, friend? How are you? But yeah, I haven't had a yap session in a while. I really haven't. Like, I haven't sat down and talked to you guys in a long time. And I was like, you know what? Maybe Maybe today is the day I get back into it. I can't go too long without streaming or else no one's going to know I exist anymore. And I can't have that. I cannot. I refuse to fade into obscurity. No. I must become the biggest doggo on the planet, and I can't do that if I don't stream. Can't wait till this week's over. Oh my gosh, me too. This is the last. Hey Aries, this is the last week before winter break. So literally on Friday, no more school, and for 2 weeks. And then I get married. So that's pretty cool. The concert is this Saturday. I'm thinking about that too. I'm really nervous about the concert. I really am. I really hope everything goes well. I think I have everything set up in a way that things should move very fluidly, as long as I'm very mindful on what I'm clicking and when I'm clicking them. So I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about the concert, but as long as I'm like paying attention, everything should go fine. And I click the right buttons. Yeah. It'll be fun though. Y'all should see. Oh my gosh. So debug in Rame, he's good with like 3D programming and stuff. He's making part of the concert like full on like 3D, and you'll see what I mean. It looks extremely cool, and now that he has like pretty much built the concert in this 3D space now for some of the people who opted in for it, we're hoping that next time we do a concert, it can be 100% fully a 3D concert. Hey, miss, and I think that's such a cool concept. Like, yeah, like I can't describe it to you. You just gotta be there. But it's such a cool. It looks so cool. It's literally the coolest thing ever. I did not opt in for my performance to be 3D simply because I am the host and I am the last one performing. So I figured it makes more sense to perform on said stage since I am the one hosting it and I'm the final performance. But it is like, it's so cool. It's the coolest thing. Like when y'all see it, you're gonna be like, dang, he made that? Thank you, miss. And I'll be like, yeah, he did. So next year we might have a fully 3D concert. Y'all see. Can we get a backflip redeem? Maybe. Why you want to backflip redeem? Also, hi Leon. Hey, it's a doggo. What are you talking about? I just got on your live stream. Oh, I'm hosting a concert this weekend. I was talking about like the logistics of it. I am hosting a concert. There's like how many performers? A lot. It's a lot of performers. It's only going to be about 2 hours long. Everyone gets about a 10-minute time slot. Some people use the full 10 minutes. Most people just use about 4 or 5. The rest of the time slot is filled in with me yapping. Hi, Ice Tune. It's filled with me yapping and just, you know, icebreakers, you know? I'm so excited though. I am. I'm excited and I'm scared. I'm excited. I hope I do good. I mean, I'm not worried about talking. You know, I'm a yapper. I'm not worried about like filling in the silence between performances or like saying the right thing. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about pressing the right buttons. It is set up in a very specific way. Hey, John. Oh, I see you. Hey, CJ. Hi, Lemon. It's just set up in a really specific way that I have to click this specific button, then click this one, then click this one and do that one, and then do it again over and over and over again. But I'm really scared I'm gonna mess up that cycle during the concert. And I'm like, oh, hey guys, I know there's a million, trillion, gazillion people watching right now because it's a big concert of a lot of different communities. But I hope it doesn't explode. Hi, Shiozumi! Science back I am. Yeah, I'm sorry I went away for a week, friends. I promise I won't. I promise I won't do it again. I can't actually, just kidding. I can't promise that. I will most definitely will do it again. I say that since I have a lot of free time. During winter break, I'll probably stream more, but there's also been breaks where like I've had a lot more time, so I spent a lot more time just like gaming instead. So we'll see how that goes. Either I'll spend a lot of time streaming or a lot of times gaming, because my winter break does start next week. Are you live on Twitch also? Yes, I am a Twitch streamer before I am a YouTube streamer. Thanks for the biddy bits, for the coziest streamer on Twitch. Ah, you're so kind. Oh, one thing that Rami kind of wanted to do that I'm gonna greenlight. I'm pretty for this idea, is that we wanted to host like some sort of like Vtuber award ceremony thing, but it would be like PG related, you know, like the welcome to the welcome to Puppy Academy, John. I'm sorry, I'm still saying Puppy Parade. I only rebrand recently, but having like a PG like wholesome wholesome like award ceremony thing, I think that'd be fun. Like, oh, who's the coziest, you know, who's the coziest streamer, who's the like whose streamer will help you calm down, you know, what streamer helps you calm down when you're at your like lowest or something. Ooh, you didn't hear me? What? You didn't hear? How you not hear me? Do your ears turn off? How you doing, Cyan? I'm good. You forgot to hydrate? Yeah, I did. Also, welcome to Puppy Academy. Yeah, hydrated. I'm nice and healthy now. I'm full of the hydrates. I'm full of the hydrates. I'm really excited though. Say my name when no one is around you. My name, say my name, say my name. Boom. It's me, Miss. Oh, hey, Mist. Mist is on Twitch now. Yeah, that tends to happen to my YouTube. My YouTube is pretty empty because once people see that, like, I have a lot of people who are watching on Twitch, they go, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna switch from YouTube to Twitch," and then my YouTube chat is empty. My Twitch is vibing. But hey, as long as y'all here, I don't care where y'all here at. You let me hug my tail. Your tail, I consider who is the coziest streamer. You can hug my tail, but you're gonna have to catch it first. That thing like moves at lightning speed. Good luck catching up to it in order to catch it. My tail also wags at such like a strong speed that my tail is also super strong. So if you hold on to it for a hug, you may or may not go flying with the tail. That's how strong my tail is. How do concerts work on Twitch? Oh, a concert? A VTuber concert on Twitch is more like a, I guess it's more like a bunch of like pre-recorded performances that people like spend time like singing, getting like edited, mixed and mastered, and then you just kind of talk, and I say, "Oh, welcome to Rame's winter concert. Today we're gonna blah 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 blah, and it's gonna be a blah blah blah. For our first performer, we have blah blah blah. They will be singing blah," and then I basically just press go on like their performance, basically. And then once their performance stops, I bring it back to the main screen. I go, "Okay, hey, blah 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 blah." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, Tekba, how are you? 90% of getting yeeted if you touch the tail. Yeah, basically, if you touch my tail, you might go flying. That my tail is made up. My tail can bench press 100,000 pounds. That's a lot of pounds. So it's really strong. You see how fast this thing's going? You need good muscles for it to go that fast all the time. You need very good muscles for that. Yeah, that is a lot of pounds. Oh yeah, I be lifting. I be getting them tail gains. Lifting. Working out. Gains. Yeah? I wish I didn't have to work during winter break. Oh no, that's so valid. That is so valid. I'm just lucky I don't have to. Oh, that's fine. Sorry, most curse words get auto-modded. Most curse words since I am a 13-up channel, but that's fine. Cause you never know. Not all curse words are banned, like are auto-modded on my channel. The ones that can be used in like an inappropriate context, for example, are the ones that are banned. But the ones that like you can that aren't, like, you're not talking about anything appropriate when you say it, those are the ones that aren't banned. Which means a lot of curse words, except for like maybe 2, are not banned. How old are you? I'm in my mid-20s. I don't give exact age for privacy reasons, but I am in my mid-20s. I am. You gonna remind me old curse ways? What does that mean? What does that mean? I have Pitbull, her name is Mia, and her tail is a deadly weapon, so I'm not afraid of your fluffy tail. Oh, okay. As long as you guys are like super strong, you know. What is this super strong? Cyan's our teacher? Yeah, I am your teacher. I'm going to teach you all the good things like, what's 9 plus 10? 21? You know? You know, this day's version of 6, 7. That was our version. I'm a night custodian / janitor. Y'all kids put us through the war this week. Oh my god, I can't imagine that. Today a kid wet himself in my class. And then he tried to blame it on me. Because he was like, I was raising my hand to go to the bathroom, but you didn't see it. You didn't see me raise my hand. I'm like, why did you wait until why did you wait until you had like 30 seconds left on your I need to go to the bathroom timer? Like, I was like, sir, do not wait until you have 30 seconds until you wet yourself. Sweetie, if you need to go to the bathroom, you ask way before it reaches that point. Way before it reaches that point. So that just in case I don't look up from like what I'm doing at my desk for like a minute. Because, you know, I'm always on my like watching around my room. So like, it couldn't have been longer than a minute to get his hand up for, you know? Like bro. I hate that meme. Yeah, working as a teacher, they always saying 6, 7, 6, 7, literally every time, all day, every day, without fail. It's really sad. But like the kindergartens, they don't even do it right. Like when you do that, you're supposed to like move your hands up and down. They do like this other hand signal that it's hard for me to describe like through a screen, like just verbally describe. I hate that 6, 7 me is so dumb. The worst part about it is that I teach kindergarten, which means we're learning to count. You cannot count without saying 6, 7 because those numbers are right next to each other. So we literally would just be counting. Like, let's practice counting to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not like it. Like it's so annoying. Like during kindergarten, you genuinely cannot avoid it because we have to count. We have to count. See, initially, so what I used to do, I used to tell the students that saying that is a bad word. I told my kids, I said, y'all don't even know what that means. It means something really bad. You shouldn't be saying it. And they were all like, oh, okay. So then now whenever a kid would say it, they'd be like, stop, you can't say that. You can't say that's a bad word. And my plan got foiled when the principal said 6, 7 on the like morning news that we listened to for the school. And I was like, dang, after she said it, they started doing it like every morning on the morning news. So I couldn't convince my kids it was a bad word anymore when they were doing it on the main thing every morning. It literally they foiled my plan because it was working so well. When they thought it was a bad word or that it meant something like horrendous, they literally would fuss at each other for saying it. No, you can't say that. No, it's so bad. And now every day, 6, 7. I saw you replied to me on TikTok and honestly meant it too. Wait, which reply? I don't go on TikTok often. I don't reply to comments often either. That's why I'm wondering which reply to which TikTok. I genuinely do not be replying like that. I used to reply to like everything on TikTok, but I don't anymore. Hey Jack, how are you? Oh, I'm cute. Thank you. I can't believe you called me cute. Gotta run. I'm going to the hospital because I drank 78 water bottles. No, you can't drink that much water. You can't drink that much water. It's called water poison. What do they call it? You can get poison. Toxic water syndrome. I don't know. Joke's on y'all. Every time you tell me to hydrate, I'm taking the tiniest little sip. It is called water poisoning? Okay, I'm not crazy. It is called water poisoning. You popped on my For You page and then I say hi. Well, hello, friend. Do you like your stay here? If you do, you should subscribe. And then join the puppy army. And together we'll rule the world. Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. You like my evil laugh? I practice it on the weekends. I practice it just to make sure it sounds perfectly scary and very menacing for when we take over the world. What do What do you think? Was it good? Yes, we will rule the world together. One of us. One of us. We will take over the planet, and then I will rename the planet Planet Puppers, and the puppies will be the one that's in charge, and then the not puppies. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what we gonna do with y'all, but y'all gonna have to go somewhere. That was the most wheezy evil laugh I've ever heard. Don't judge my evil laugh. Why, can you do better? Can you do better? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Do I get pets? Yes, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Well, I'm glad that YouTube likes me today and then I'm popping on people's For You page. I usually don't do that. So, welcome to Puppy Academy, Jack Red. Hello, random anime woman. Hello, random Saitama. VTubers for government officials. Yes! I would love to be a VTuber government official. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Saitama. I think it would be very good. My first job, my first enactment as a government official is to take Best Friends Animal Society, who is a non-profit organization who helps animals who are in need, and I will make them my right hand men right there. They will all be sitting right next to me, and we'll all make decisions together for the sake of the puppy world. Sake of the puppy world. I can do the Dirty Bubbles. Wait, I haven't heard Dirty Bubbles people laugh in a long time. Whoa, I need like a reference for that. I haven't heard that in so long. Remember the TikTok you were talking about sniffing glue? Oh, yeah, I do remember that one. I do remember that one. So mods are not right-handed. No, y'all can be vice presidents. That's different. They're gonna be a bunch of vice presidents. Dang, I don't even have an option. Oh, I'm not. No, I read that message already. We're getting abandoned. Oh, you're not getting abandoned. It's okay, Assassin. You're fine. You're fine. No harm. We wasn't ready going into politics, to be honest. Listen, I would be so good as a political leader. And I'm also a teacher. The first thing I would do is make sure teachers got paid more. And I would probably rewrite the entirety of education. I would need like a bunch of like educational people around me. You know, actual teachers, not the people at the top who make like lesson plans and like curriculum, but they haven't taught in like 30 years, so they don't know what it's like anymore. Nah, I'm gonna take actual classroom teachers, and then we're gonna sit in like the big room where they make laws, and then we're going to rewrite the education system. That would be like my biggest focus if I became like a president. I'd be like, all right, guys, time to get this to work on the stupid education, because it ain't working out very well right now. It's not working out very well at all. Hello, also credit base. Hey, bird boy. Yeah, it's terrible. It's genuinely terrible, and it's so funny. It's because most of the people who like make the rules when it comes to teaching are people who haven't taught in like 30 years. They don't realize that like teaching has changed like so much. The kids are different, and they don't know that because they haven't taught in like 30 years. So you're making like curriculum that probably would have worked when kids didn't have iPads and screens all day long, but it doesn't work now. So. Why is it terrible? Man. I can give you an example of something that's like terrible for the kids in my kindergarten curriculum. So for right now, during like the reading time, when like usually I read stories and I ask them questions, it's not a big tangent. It's not like a really small example. So a lot of the kids are asked to copy you. So a lot of kids these days don't know how to like follow directions or how to like be creative in their own mind, because now in the earlier years they're constantly copying the teacher. There used to be days. Thanks for the bitty bit. Yes, Cyan for Prime Minister. There used to be like years ago. There used to be inventive writing. So like you would give kids a prompt and let them just try to sound out words themselves and just see whatever they can write, you know? You could say like the snowman is, and then they can fill in the blank with whatever word they can come up with. If you can sound it out, you can write it, and you don't have to like focus too hard on it. Good morning. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the education system, and I'm just talking about something that like doesn't happen well. But now there is no inventive spelling. You don't just give like a kid a piece of paper and let's say, okay, write something. Fill in this word to write it. Try to write this word the best you can. Also, Lemon, you're such a good boy. Instead, you say, copy off of me off the board. Copy this off the board. Copy this off the board. We're going to read this book with big like answers. I mean, with big words and like a million words on a page that you're not going to understand. Then I'm going to do the work on the board for you, and then you're going to copy me down the board. And that's literally how lessons are going right now. And that doesn't stop until like middle school. I hope it's better in middle school, but they literally are just taught to copy right now. And that's just one thing. That's just one small thing that I want to note of something that would need to be changed if I became a president in the education system. I'd probably also change how many standardized tests these kids take, because holy moly, dude, why am I testing kindergartners like every like few months? Like long, big tests. It's scary. We had kids crying in kindergarten because they taken these big tests and they're like not doing well. They're like freaking out. We did like a day where like we have this after school event day where you're supposed to like hype the kids up for like the test that's coming up, right? And you're supposed to do like practice runs. So like each room is a different practice part of like the test. When I tell you the kindergartners were like having mental breakdowns because they were there with their parents trying to like perform like a practice test in front of their parents and like just doing really bad and then like crying and having a meltdown, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I would expect it could go. Yes, Cyan can save us from the Online Safety Act. Wait, what's the Online Safety Act? I missed that one. What's that one? I missed it. Creativity is dying. They're just trying to shove people in a box. You know, I actually watched a video on this concept like yesterday, or either this morning or yesterday, and they talked about like how kids are guided through everything. So not only like in schools are we like holding their hands a lot more and guiding them through everything, you know, copy me off the board. I do this, do that. And they don't have a chance to think for themselves anymore. Hey, Pop Chat. But also, I watched a video about how like video games have changed too. And it talked about how, you know, back years ago, even in video games, kids had to sit down and try to figure out what's going on. You know, there was no such thing as a cheat code. You couldn't go online and watch like a tutorial video on how to solve like the level. The levels were hard and unforgiving, so you couldn't save it every like 5 seconds just in case something bad happens. And now there's even like fail safes in games where you lose X amount of times, then another option pops up to where either you could just lower the difficulty to make it easier for you, or you could just like Mario, where they give you that little like golden that like in that, what do you call it, like the silver Tanuki suit. So they were talking about like even in video games they handhold the kids. Kids don't even have to critical think anymore. And then all of like the games are voice acted, and there's usually like a literal guiding line on the map that shows you exactly where to go and how many steps away you are from it. I was like, that's an interesting concept. It's something I never really thought about. But like I guess everything is hand-holdy for kids nowadays. Even the video games are hand-holdy. Like, people still complaining that Pokemon don't have voice acting. I say let them not have voice acting. It's the only game that still forces kids to read. It's the only game. Terrible explaining it, Cyan. On paper, it sounds like a good idea, but in reality, it isn't, because people don't want to send their ID into different platforms. Oh, was the Online Safety Act in the UK? Was that the one that made it so that you had to like go on like to in order to like use like certain websites to its full extent, you had to like put in like your own ID? For like example, how like YouTube thinks that I am a child. Like, I literally, my channel is marked as a kid's channel. It thinks that I am a kid because I watched, what was it that triggered it? I think I was watching a what was I watching? I was like, thank you for the biddy. What did I watch? Oh, I was watching too many Sonic videos. I was watching too many videos about Sonic, and then I got a message that said, okay, YouTube now thinks that you are a kid. We are changing your settings for this, 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 and this, and this. In order for us to not think you're a kid, you have to show your ID. I'm like, I'm not showing my ID. I guess Cyanica could be a kid's channel, honestly. I'm only 13 up anyways because of Twitch's policy. If I was fully... Also, Pop Chat, you finished your check-in. You can get any redeem. If I was fully like a YouTube streamer, I would be 100% family friendly. I'm only 13 up because Twitch's policy is you have to be at least 13 years or older. Same thing for Discord. You have to be at least 13 years or older. That's the only reason I am 13 up. So sure, YouTube, you could think I'm a kid. I don't mind that. But now it just reminds me of my bedtime. Once it reaches like 10 o'clock, it's like, you're up too late. Oh, you're up way too late. You should be asleep in your little beddy boy. You're up way too late. Yeah, that's what YouTube does to me now. And it gets on my nerve. Hey, Epic! Hey. Good boy, that made me unreasonably happy. Thank you. Yeah. I like making people happy. It's my favorite pastime. The Prime Minister says he does something, but he does the opposite. Oh, no. Control your cute tail wagging? Okay. I will no longer smile. I will never smile again. Then my tail will never have to wag. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Jack. Dang it. I failed. I already smiled. It's only been 2 seconds and I couldn't handle frowning for too long. You triggered me. You triggered me. You knew that I would start smiling if I... You knew I would start smiling if I got a follow. You triggered me. Thanks for the bitty bits, friends. Thank you for the bitty bits. Keep smiling. Okay. Y'all know my face tracking is really good, right? Like I'm just smiling the entire stream. I had the option to make a less realistic face tracking. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Sergeant. But then I decided against it. I was going to have it so that I could just be like dead inside on stream like this the whole time, and then you'd never know. And I was like, no, you gotta play the part. Even if I dead inside, I'll still smile. Yeah, you know they say smiles make you happy. Anyways, like if you're not having a good day and you choose to smile, you're gonna end up feeling better. That's what they say, at least. I don't know how true that is. I be trying it though. I will say it probably does make you feel less sad though. I get back to work. Please give you strength. Okay, you can do this, friend. You can do this. I believe in you. Be strong. Clean them. You're the janitor, right? Get some good cleans in there. Just not too much cleans. Please don't mix the bleach and the ammonium. Please don't mix that. Okay? Okay, alright. You gotta be good. Go be good now. I got my admin observation today and I believe I did good. Yes! Man, I got observed by admin on the first day that the observation range opened up and I was so mad. It was the day, so like the day before we came back from Thanksgiving break. Like we were out of school for 5 days. That Sunday, the principal sent an email to everybody saying, okay, observations start this week. Tell me why she pulled up to my classroom first thing in the morning on the first day. I was like, you're joking. I'm the first one to get observed this period. Insane. Got any advice for middle school? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I teach babies. Nothing that I could tell you as a kindergarten teacher would reflect middle school. I'd be like, now, dear, come sit on the carpet. No, make sure that you're making good choices. You're not making good choices. Stay at your table. Or today, I was like fussing at one kid over and over again. There's some kids that I'm just like genuine, like I look at them in their face and I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, why are you here? Like some kids are like solely at school and they just don't try anything. They're just at school because they're forced to be at school. Like I had that thought a lot today because another teacher has been absent because she was sick and then her family got sick. So she's been absent for quite a few days. And when she's absent, I get some of her kids, they get dispersed. And one of her kids that comes to me, he doesn't do a single thing. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't pay attention. All he does is just talk to people all the time. Or scream my name across the room just to state the obvious and not ask any like genuine like questions. Like he'll be like, Miss Blue! Miss Blue! Well, first it was, hey you! Hey you! And I got on him about that bad. I was like, my name is not hey you. My name is Miss Blue and you're going to call me that. And he started calling me that. Now he goes, Miss Blue! Across the room as loud as he can. And I'd be like, what? What is it? What do you need? And he's like, there's a pencil on the floor. And I'm like, you were screaming my name and tell me that? Let me come look at your paper. And I come look at his paper, there's nothing on there. Everyone else is finished and he's just sitting there staring at it. Some kids I look at them like, you're just only here because like you're being forced to, like you're not gonna make the most of it, you're not even gonna try, you're just gonna sit there and stare off into space and talk to everybody and just not even a slight effort. You're just gonna, I don't get that. Like if you're at school, you might as well do the activities. I feel like school is a lot more boring if you're at least especially in kindergarten. Like the activities, like kids find it to be pretty fun. A lot of stuff, we play a lot of games and we sing a lot of songs. I can't imagine. Welcome to Puppy Academy. So I genuinely can't imagine how boring an entire like 6, 7, 8 hour school day is when you're just staring at the wall like this. That's how he looks. He literally will like tilt his head back and like his mouth will be wide open. I just don't get it. I'm like, that's gotta be boring, right? Like I would much rather like color in the pictures and practice write in my words and then play like the games during math small group and then go on my iPad, do the little iPad activity and like stare at the wall all day. But I don't know. Some kids just prefer to sit there and stare for hours and hours on end. I never get that. I'm a high school teacher, but I teach 8th grade too. That sounds like a lot. Thanks for the video bits again. Crisp has been canceled. Santa's been arrested for being a part of a protest. No! Say it isn't so. Hey, Kevin. Say it isn't so. I could have been an English teacher in China, but Panda said I need to do courses. That's crazy. I mean, being a teacher in a different, like an English teacher in a different country is a route that people take. Some people especially people who want to just live in that other country, yeah, that's what they do. I follow this person on Instagram. I mentioned them like a few streams ago who like lives in Japan as an English teacher. So it's been really interesting like keeping up with like that. I think the weirdest thing about like teaching English in a different country would just be like learning their different like school traditions, I guess, because schools are going to be different no matter where you are, so you're probably just gonna like walk into like the school expecting one thing and like it's completely different, so I don't know. Would I do it? Probably. Yeah, probably. I would love to teach English in like a different country, but at the same time I don't really have anything for me in the other countries. Now, like, if Kotaru got some, like, weird job opportunity in some other place, then maybe. I thought teaching was an easy job to get as most schools are desperate. I guess it depends on the school district in your state. There are very, like, crowded cities that have, like, a ton of teachers. And then there's some states that have, like, better teaching programs than others. For example, one of the biggest states for, like, one of the biggest southern states. I don't know anything about northern states because I don't live in the north. I hear so much about like southern stuff all the time. Texas, I keep hearing about Texas's like amazing teaching program and how they're like snatching teachers from all these other different like southern states and having them work in Texas. I don't know the details, but I keep hearing about teachers who are quitting and moving to Texas to teach there instead for like a better pay and better like resources. So I don't know. I feel like if you go to like a district, like maybe like in Texas, there might be too many teachers there now since everyone wants to teach there. In my school district, oh yeah, it's not hard to get a job. In my school district, it's not hard to get a job. Now it's probably hard to get a job you want. Like for example, I prefer kindergarten, maybe first grade as a teacher. If you just go to any school, you're probably going to end up teaching 4th or 5th grade. Those have the biggest openings. Kindergarten, 4th and 5th grade are the biggest openings because no one wants to teach the absolute little ones and no one wants to teach the oldest ones in the elementary school. Most teachers prefer 1st, 2nd, or 3rd grade. But in 4th or 5th, kindergarten, Oh, that reminds me. We literally had a substitute who came because, you know, I said like a teacher's been sick, right? Friday. So when a sub signs up for like a school, to like substitute for a school, it doesn't tell them what grade level they're going to sub at. So there was a teacher on Friday, a substitute teacher, who showed up to cover for like the kindergarten teacher who was absent. She saw that it was kindergarten. And thanks for the scribble doggo. And then she immediately turned around and walked right back out. She literally walked in, said, "No, I'm not doing this," and left because it was kindergarten. I was like, that's insane. They had to flag her down before she could officially leave. So because we had another teacher who was absent. And they were like, wait, can you cover for like 3rd grade? We have a 3rd grade teacher absent. And then she turned herself back around. She's like, oh yeah, I can cover for 3rd grade. But that's so funny to me. The concept of someone walking in seeing kindergarten. It's like, Yeah, a lot of people don't want to teach kindergarten. I hear that a lot. Like, there's a lot of those like TikToks where they like go around, they ask like, oh, which grade level would you not want to teach? And then they're always like, kindergarten. I wouldn't want to teach kindergarten. No kindergarten. Kindergarten sucks. I don't blame them. It is a harder year just because they're babies, you know. They ain't never been in school before, and most people don't like dealing with the absolute babies, you know. Most people do not want to deal with kids who can't even like, some kids can't even put their own book bag on, or some kids can't put their own like jackets on, which I don't help with either of those things. So good luck to those kids. If a kid can't put a backpack on, I sit there and watch them, and I say, go put it on. And they're like, yeah, I can't get it on. I said, no, go put it on. You know, sometimes you just gotta let them figure it out. And that's exactly why they don't know how to put on their backpack, because their parents always did it for them. Or they can't put their own jacket on without someone holding up the jacket because their parents always did it for them. I'd be like, oh, well, if you can't put your jacket on, then I guess you're gonna be cold and we going outside right now. I be doing that. It's the only way. It's the only way, you know. Anyone know of the anime Sanko-san? No, I don't know that anime. Oh, it's the Fox Girl. I've heard of it. If it's what I think it is, I've genuinely heard of it. I haven't watched it before. I haven't. Blu-ray arrives Sunday night. Oh, that's so cool. I've never had anything Blu-ray before. You know, back in my day, we had VHS tapes growing up and we had DVDs. We never got into Blu-ray because by the time Blu-ray was around, you could just have like, you know, Netflix or just have like streaming services that like capture the same thing. So welcome to Puppy Academy Chance. Never really had a reason to have that, you know? Never really had a reason, but now I kind of do. Sometimes I want to watch my favorite show without trying to track down which subscription service it's on. So there's a good period of time where subscription services were like really good and you didn't really need to worry about that. But now, man, now it's bad. I'd be like, hey, maybe I do need to invest in Blu-ray so I can guarantee I can still watch my like a movie or something, you know? So you're old? Yeah, I'm old. I had VHS tapes. I mean, I was on the end of the VHS tapes. I mean, VHS tapes like disappeared pretty early on. I remember all the tapes being black, and I had one white VHS tape that I held very dearly, very close to me, and it was a Barney tape. It was like a bunch of Barney episodes in one. And I remember thinking it was so special because it was the only tape that was a different color. And I loved Barney with all of my soul. You know, I love you, you love me. We're one happy family with a great big hug. You know, I forgot the rest of the words. Something from me to you. Jumped in saying you love me too. I forgot it. You like planes? You know, I used to have an obsession with planes when I was in middle school. When I was in middle school, I wanted to be the person who built planes. I wanted to build them. I really wanted to do mechanical engineering. Then I got older and realized how dainty I am. Are you building stuff? Oh. I really didn't like Barney. Oh no, I loved Barney. I literally went to a Barney concert. I told my coworkers I went to a Barney concert and they were like, oh, really? You're so lucky. I was like, I am. And they were like, yeah, that's so cool. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was like a cool thing. Parents weren't taking their kids to Barney concerts. I don't know. It's pretty normal in my house. I begged my parents, please, I want to see Barney. I want to see Barney, please. And they were like, fine. I remember being at that Barney concert place, like super mad. Like I was literally pouting and frowning just because everybody had like these tiny little American flags that they were like waving around, because you could buy a flag at the front and I didn't have an American flag and I wanted one so bad. I was in there, like, I specifically remember like pouting and like, you know what, I'm not going to enjoy the Barney concert because I don't have the flag, because my parents wouldn't buy it for me. And they were like, dude, I could just go to Walmart and buy you a flag for like $1. I'm not buying these like $10 tiny flags. I remember that specifically. About to eat a late dinner. Oh, I hope it tastes good. I hope you get some good food. I remember watching Wildcrats the moment I got home from school and I graduated high school. I don't know what that is. I love Pengu. Pengu? Is that the little penguin that goes noo noo? That's the only thing I think of when you say Pengu. Is that true? Is that what that is? Is that the noo noo guy? The little newt penguin. I used to find the newt penguin to be very annoying, and I was really tired of seeing him show up. Yes, I hated the newt penguin. I hated the newt penguin so much. I used to hate it when it would show up on my TV. I'd be like, oh, this guy again? Because I didn't know what he was saying. He wasn't speaking English. He was speaking penguin. What am I going to watch that for? You just think I'm like crazy with throwing VTubers at me this month? Like more than usual? Oh. Well, you must be a fellow YouTube enjoyer. That's probably why. Do you like what you see? Ahaha. Do you know the what? No, I don't know what that is. When I see a plane, I can already guess it. Oh, so you specialize in planes. You know, you'd probably work well with the one person in chat who specialized in trains. They just knew everything about trains. Everything about trade. Hi, Key. I don't speak Japanese. I'm sorry. No Japanese. You're missing out on pink. Hey, Slimer. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna put on the be right back screen for a few minutes, okay? I really need to use the bathroom, and it is time for Twitch's 3-minute break, okay? We're gonna take a 3-minute break, not 30 minutes. I will be back, okay? I'm gonna put on the be right back screen for a little bit. I'll be back in 3 minutes, okay? Take a little break, and I come back to yapping, okay? Go take a sip of water, go to the bathroom, go do take a little snack. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I need to use the bathroom. Alright, be right back. No, not 2 hours, 30. Not 30! 3 minutes! 3-minute break, be right back! Oh my gosh. Hey. Hey. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I had 3 minutes to do all of my laundry. I came back just in time. Just in time for the ads to be over. I literally ran upstairs. I went to the bathroom as fast as I could, and I ran upstairs, grabbed all my clothes, ran down the stairs, hurry up and threw them in the washer. So I'm good to go. I don't have any more clean clothes for work tomorrow. And I don't wanna be coming to work all stinky. I'm gonna walk into the classroom, my kids are gonna be like, ew, Miss Blue, why you smell like that? I'm be like, sorry. One of my kids today, like, had the most terrible, atrocious smelling, like, fart I had ever smelled. Like it was bad, y'all. Like, when I say it was bad, I mean it. It was the worst thing I had ever smelled. And I was like, ain't no way. And it was like right in the morning, like as soon as he walked in, like through my door, like the front door, it just smelled bad. I was like, what is this? You look amazing as always. I'm coming from your Instagram. Oh, hey, Kapiname. Hey. I'm glad that you guys come from all my different platforms and stuff. I really want my YouTube to do better. I do. My YouTube is like a ghost town, and I want to get monetized on YouTube so bad. I really want to make like long videos that people watch. I just don't know how to do so. I want to make cozy like 5 to 10 minute videos that are like motivational, like a cheering up kind of video. But I don't know how to word it. I don't know what to say. Like, there was one day where I sat down and started to write a script for I forgot what it was about. It was like this is 3 ways to feel blah blah blah. But then I started thinking, and I was like, well, I'm no like psychology expert, so I can't like pretend like what I say is like true. You know what I mean? Like, it was so hard. I was like, wait, okay, let me just give my opinion on like, I don't know, how to be happy or something. And then I was like, wait, but like, what if people don't like that? And then I started writing and I started reading out loud. And I was like, no, this script sounds weird. What do I do? It's so hard. It's so hard. I genuinely do not understand how people like put out like YouTube videos like all the time. But I mean, I suppose it's one of those things, like, it's a learning process, you know, like once you finally get into it, like you stick with it. I just need to figure out what works with me, because obviously my YouTube videos that are like game edits, like when, you know, I played a game and like the highlights of like a game stream, for example, those don't do well. So obviously that's not my calling, right? My like smaller clips tend to do well, like the 3 or 4 minute clips, those tend to do better than other stuff. My ASMR stuff doesn't do well, you know, like what I've been trying a bunch of stuff. Ooh, I don't know, but I want to be able to pump out like consistent content on YouTube. I don't know what to do yet. I don't know what to do, and it's so hard. I love military history, so I know planes and tanks and cars and trucks and ships. There was like a video that, it was like, what was it called? I think there's like a series of like videos about stuff. It was like called like trains and more trains, and planes and more planes, right? That was like a thing. Planes and more planes. Is that what it was called? Oh, lots and lots of jets and planes. That's what it was called. Lots and lots of jets and planes. It was a series. It was a DVD collection about I watched those. I did. I used that. That's when I wanted to grow up and like make my own planes and stuff. I was like obsessed. I wanted to get into mechanical engineering so I could do that. Welcome back, Pianya. Welcome back. Hit up another creator who does this sort of thing and asks for tips. That's true. Oh, that's true, but that's so scary, reaching out to another streamer like that. I know the perfect person to reach out to, but I don't know if she would respond to me. So I don't know if she'll respond to me, but she makes like the content I would love to make. That is a good idea, but that's so scary. He said reach out to people. Ah. Oh man. But yeah, I really want to make like motivational type videos. Like, you know, a video that's just like, just the title is just, you can do it. And it's me and like, for like 5 to 10 minutes just saying, you can do whatever you set your mind out to be. You know, you can do blah, blah, blah. You can do this and this and this and that and this and that. Or even just like a video that like, if it's not like motivational ones, like just like wholesome topics, like a video about like favorite foods or something. I don't know, but it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. But I've sat down and tried to write a script out, and it just didn't sound good. Let me see if I could find the script that I had started to write a while ago. That I just at some point I was like, you know what, this is not it. What did I label it? I had to call the thing somewhere. Is it this one? No, it's not this document. It's not. It's surprisingly not the document called YouTube scripts. I don't know. Where did I write that thing on? I had gotten pretty far in it before I just gave up. Welcome to Puppy Academy Slayer. Sorry, I can't speak today. Where is it? I kind of want to like read it and like see if it's like, if it sounds as stupid as I thought it sounded, or if I'm just think it's dumb because like I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It could either be like actually be bad, or I could just have thought it was bad in the moment and then just stop writing. Where is it? Oh, I found it. What is that? I don't know. I don't know what Yarn Hub is. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I found the document. I had written this script out, and I had started to work on it, but I thought it sounded bad, so I just stopped going. You want to hear it? Yeah, I guess I could read it now. Format. Wait, how many words is this? I got 700 words in it. I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't like this. Hey, Paige! Yes, you can cuddle with my teacher tail. You just gotta catch it first. That's a funny auto mod. Okay, anyways. Alright, y'all want to hear me? Y'all want me to read my like motivational YouTube video I started to write that I like actually like at some point I was just like, you know what, I don't like this. I guess I had started writing 2 different things and I don't remember that. But I thought it was bad, so I never recorded it and I never like did anything. I don't know. Can I get a compliment for my aching head? Wait, what happened? What happened to your head? Did you bump your head? What? Here, let me read this one. I hope it doesn't sound stupid. I haven't read this in a long time. It says, "You're doing better than you think you are. I know, sometimes you feel like you're falling behind everyone else. You see other people on social media every day living the seemingly perfect life. They're achieving great things. They're being productive. They're raising a family, and you just feel like you're just trying to keep up. If you have ever felt like that, then this video is for you, because trust me, you are doing way better than you think you are. We as people are so kind to others but so hard on ourselves. When your friends talk down about themselves, chances are you're going to step in and lift them up. You're going to compliment them, praise them, and tell them how great of a job they're doing. You're not lying to them, as chances are you genuinely believe that they're doing an amazing job and that self-deprecating talk is completely unwarranted. Yet when you're the one talking down about yourself, you don't believe anyone else when they try to cheer you up. I think people often forget that we only see bits and pieces of someone else's life. You only see what they tell you, what they post online, and what they allow you to see. So yeah, you may hear about someone's achievements, but you might not hear about the nights they stayed up worrying, the times they almost gave up, or the moments they felt lost too. They don't want you to know about that, so you probably never will. You have to take You have to take a step back sometimes because you don't know their full story. You only know yours. Because of this, there is probably someone out there right now who thinks that you have a perfect life. Because remember, people only see the parts you allow them to see. You may be lost or struggling deep down, but maybe you still smile a lot when talking to others. You still tell silly little jokes and try your best. You got an 80% on a test, you might... That's where I stopped at. Did that sound cringe? I don't know. I felt like there was no direction with that one, so I just stopped. Like, I felt like I was just talking all over the place. Would that sound fine? I want to make motivational videos so bad. I just don't know how to script write. I just don't know how to write in a way that doesn't sound stupid to me. And I feel like I'm missing. I feel like I was jumping around. Did I also realize I talk a lot, so I'm really wordy? And I was trying, I don't want like to be like a 30-40 minute video. I just wanted to be like a short burst of something. This was the first one I started writing that I like stopped because I thought it wasn't good. I feel like it was. I just felt like it sounded cliche. I'm sorry, I'm like silently reading like something else I wrote. Like I just float into another dimension. What does that mean? Is that good? Is that bad? Speaking of testing, I failed by with the 20. No. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, just try it. Try again. Can you do retest? They allow retest. Yeah, at least you tried. Hey, happy people and pups from braced wrist land. What happened to your wrist? Tell me what happened. But yeah, I really wanted to make like positive uplifting video. There's a VTuber I follow who makes like uplifting videos all the time. She literally makes one video per day and then like 3 or 4 shorts per day. And they sound very unscripted. Like she just hit like start streaming, just like start recording, and then she just says whatever comes to her mind. I'm like, that's a new level because that is so cool and I wish I could do that. Sometimes it makes me wonder if she has like a team of people though, because sometimes when like people are like really good at putting out content like that or are able to put out content like that fast, they usually have like a team of people, because obviously she has someone who edits them. Either she doesn't have a job, so like she full-time does that, because you can't be a full-time like, you know, YouTuber, streamer, and then you'll have all the time in the world for that. Or she has a team of people helping her, you know? You never know. It's so hard. Hey, Snowfall. I love your name. It's so cute. I like Snowfall. Severe inflammation, but they didn't take x-rays, so the urgent care is mostly guessing. Oh my god, you went to urgent care for that? Yeah, they would be guessing. It means it was great. Okay, I'm glad you enjoy it. Should I keep writing it then? I don't know. I stopped writing these things. I want to write such positive like things. I want to be a positive force of nature on the YouTubes. Problem is my YouTubes don't do good. But you know what? You gotta make it do good. I just gotta figure out what works for me. It took me 5 years to figure out what works for me on Twitch, and what gets people sticking around and what gets people hanging out. It took me 4 years to do that. I've only been on YouTube for like 6 months, so maybe it'll take me 6 years to figure out what kind of YouTube I want. Because right now I'm like, oh, I want to do ASMR. Oh, I want to do a song. Oh, I have like 4 different directions I want to go in at any given moment. So, you got a steroid shot in the brace. Is it good? I said, is it good? That's not what you say to that. I'm sorry, I zoned out for like half a second. I got a steroid shot. Was it good? Sorry, I zoned out. Sorry. I'm gonna let me zone back in. Let me be present again. I was too far in my thoughts, bro. I meant to say, was it helpful? Okay, did the shot in the brace help you? Not was it good? Not did it like I don't think it feels good, but like that was my favorite pupper. Blue pupper positivity. I'm really good, and I'm extra positive today. I'm feeling extra positive. Unless you make me not positive. But don't make me not positive. Then we'll have a good time. can use Twitch, so the fact you double stream is great. Yeah, there's only occasional times where I don't double stream. Anytime there's like music involved, for example, I only stream on Twitch. So, which is not often. Like, I literally do karaoke streams like once a year. The concert that I'm hosting this weekend will exclusively be on Twitch, and that's because YouTube is a lot stricter when it comes to like using certain songs, using certain sounds, things like that. And when I first started dual streaming, I literally got my stream like taken down mid-stream one time on YouTube because I was not aware that you couldn't do reactionary content on YouTube. I had no idea. You're unable to live stream like reactions. So you can't like live stream yourself watching a video, for example. I learned that the hard way when I was watching this one video and YouTube literally took my stream down while I was live. I didn't even know they could do that. I've never seen that before. Twitch would never. It's scary out there. I mean, no, I know that YouTube ain't built for like live streaming like that, but sheesh, I need to they gonna do me like that, you know. That was a new low, you know. Also, welcome to Buffy Academy, Rumi. Y'all, I got a new pillow yesterday because I made like a wedding registry. I am getting married very soon, so I made a wedding registry of like things to buy, and that wedding registry is a whole story in itself because I made it because I had a few, like, I'm just doing a courthouse, like, marriage. Like, we're just going in, signing our name, and then, like, leaving on a special day. My parents are going to be present. I didn't think it was, like, a big deal, so I didn't, like, go through all, like, the main process of doing this and that. You know, the things that normal people do. But no, my coworker's like, please make a registry. Gotta make a registry. Everyone's gonna tell me, gotta make a registry so that we know what to get you. I said, okay, I'm gonna make a registry. I made one. Sent it out to everybody. No one has bought anything except for one person who bought me these nice pillows, and I love it. They're the comfiest pillows ever. But on the other hand, the registry has been such a problem of discourse lately. Like, I had both my sister and my parents called me to fuss at me about what was on their registry. Oh, that's not supposed to go there. Oh, you don't put that on a registry. Oh, why'd you put this up there? I can't believe you need this. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was in there like rolling my eyes. I was like, you know what? I kind of wish I hadn't made a registry if everyone's gonna fuss about it, about the items I choose to put up there. I have umbrellas on my registry because, fun fact, while I do own umbrellas like every person does, my umbrellas are really flimsy and bad. I have one. I have a singular umbrella that I have used for years. I used to have more than one, but I threw the other ones out because I kind of grew up in the other umbrellas I had. One was like, I don't even like watch or play anything Five Nights at Freddy's, but there was this really cute like chibi Five Nights at Freddy umbrella, and I thought it was so cute I had to buy it. Yeah, I kind of grew up at some point, and I started feeling embarrassed to walk around with the Five Nights at Freddy umbrella when I don't even watch Five Nights at Freddy's too. I just thought it was cute. I didn't know that's what it was when I bought it. I thought it was just like a cute chibi thing. I looked at it closer and I was like, oh. So I kind of threw like the weird ones out like that. So now I just have one umbrella, and it's really flimsy. Like, if the wind blows too hard, it will go inside out type of thing, and then you'll just be umbrella-less for a little bit till you can get the thing under control. So like, when my sister saw that I had umbrellas on my registry, she was like, man, I can't believe you'd put that on your registry, umbrellas. Bye, John. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Umbrellas, really? You're an adult. You should have umbrellas already. I'm like, I have umbrellas. I just don't have good quality ones. I put a pack of good quality umbrellas up there. You know, the big ones with the thick handles that like go out really far. I just have like a really tiny flimsy one right now. But yeah, that registry has been really weird. It's a weird time. People asked me to make one, and then I made one. People were like, oh, how dare you? Oh, I can't believe you put this up there. Oh no. I was like, okay. But I did get a nice pillow out of it. If no one buys anything else, I did get a nice pillow out of it. That pillow, oh my gosh, y'all. I guess I've never bought my own pillow before. I've always just been given one by my parents. But y'all, this is your sign to go do your research on pillows and find a good one online and buy you one. Because when I tell you, my head sinks into that pillow and I get the best, coziest sleep I could ever ask for. It's that good. That's all I gotta say. That's my spiel of the day. Make sure you buy yourself a good pillow. Kotaro doesn't like the pillow though. He said it was he likes sleeping on a rock. He likes this old pillow that's like super hard because it's super old. So like all the foam and stuff in it is like pushed together. It's like a brick. He loves that. He's like, I don't want a new pillow. I said, okay, well, that's 2 super fluffy pillows for me then. I just switch them out. When I've been sleeping on one for too long and it maybe the thing needs to be clean, then boom, switch them out and get another one. Boom, switch them right back. Oh, I'm so excited. I feel like such an old lady when I get excited about small things like pillows. I'm like, yippee! Yippee, a pillow! Also, my coworkers keep telling me that I need to get marriage counseling. Every single, like, I've had about 4 different people say, congrats on, like, getting married soon. Congrats, I'm so excited for you. Have you talked about marriage counseling? It's like the first thing that comes out of their mouths. I'm like, what do I need marriage counseling for? And they're like, everyone needs marriage counseling. And I'm like, do they? Because as far as I know, I don't think in my family anyone does marriage counseling. And they're like, oh, and you don't have to spend money on it. Just find a good church, and then they'll give you Dang, sorry, I saw a message in my brain went crazy. My brain was like memory foam. I tried to combine that with my sentence. Oh my gosh. God, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, bamboo memory foam pillows are the best. Yes, that is what I got. That is the pillow that I got, yes. It is the coolest thing ever. One side of the pillow is like a cooling side, and the other one's just like soft and fluffy, like the what's the word? The cover of it. The pillow sheet, that's the word that goes over it. Oh man, it's the best thing ever. I've never experienced anything like that before. And I didn't get counseling before getting married. Nah, you're telling us to get counseling after you get married, and that's what I'm like I don't know I need that. And it's weird because, like, yes, I'm getting married, but I've also been living with Kotaro since like August, and I feel like a lot of people's advice are like as if like, you know, the traditional way of like you live separately and then you get married and you finally live together. I'm like, guys, I've already lived together. We've already made the compromises we need to live together in a normal fashion, and people are still like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do. I'm like, we already did that. We already figured it out. You gotta learn how to compromise, you know, things that he don't like to do, you do. I'm like, we already do that. We already do that. I don't like to cook, so I don't cook. But man, when Kotaro cooks, he's like a whirlwind. He destroys that kitchen. That entire room gonna end up looking terrible. So guess what? I don't cook. So I go in there and I clean the whirlwind up. After every time he has a cooking session, I go right behind him after he's done. And I clean everything up. Alright, that's how it should be. Maybe in the first couple of years, it helps guide couples to be happy in their role with each other. But after, you gotta let it develop naturally, unless it's just toxic. Maybe. I can kind of see that. Also, hey Smitty. I can kind of see that. I don't know. I just feel like we've been in a good place, at least since we moved together. I don't think signing a marriage document will make a difference. We've been getting along pretty well, I'd say. If he has an issue, I've been trying to make a change, you know. Is chat invited to the wedding? You know, I have considered doing like a VR chat kind of wedding thing. I think that'd be a really fun idea. I just don't have the logistics for that yet. But if I do a VR chat wedding, then it will be in January, sometime in January. Because me and Kotaro both do have like VR headsets, so I think it'd be a fun thing to do. Although our VR headsets only last for about 2 hours, so the party will only be 2 hours long. I think it'd be fun. I would love to figure out how to stream it. To stream a VR chat wedding like that. It'd be cute. You join the Rame Discord? Yes, please. Yes, I love that. I love that. I got so much stuff going on in Rame at any given moment. It's kind of crazy. Hey. You don't want the bed? Oh yeah, please don't eat the bed. Okay. I think we have a memory foam mattress, although the mattress kind of feels like bricks. I've noticed that like memory foam, over time, they just kind of stick to each other and become really hard. And you just gotta stick your hand in and like fluff it up. But like I'm not fluffing up a whole mattress. That's a lot of effort. So I guess the mattress is just gonna feel like a brick forever. Cyan, you're precious. You're both lucky to have each other. Yeah, he's so kind too. I got me a good man. A good man. I know I'm probably stunting my channel. My channel won't grow because Cyan is taken. Oh, how tragic. You know how VTubers are. And VTuber enjoyers be like, no, she's married. Say it isn't so. Now we must cancel her. Because now she looked at a guy. Oh no. There's been like corporate VTubers that were in that situation. I think there was one big VTuber who really like fell off because she accidentally like opened up a chat message or something on stream of like her talking to another guy, and it wasn't even anything specific. They were just like asking about like some event or something, but people were like, oh my gosh, she talked to a guy, they must be dating. And then like the internet went crazy. I can't believe I donated 1,000,000 trillion gazillion bits to you, or I gave you all this money in donations and you're dating somebody. How crazy, man. The VTuber world's insane. Hey Rosa, hey, how are you? How are you? But I figured if I'm very vocal about the fact that I'm in a relationship, it will never be a shock. Okay, Rosa, shoot your question. It will never be a shock to anybody. Like if I reiterate every stream, Kotaro this, Kotaro that, Kotaro this, no one will pop up and be like, oh, I can't believe she's dating somebody. No. Your name is what? Hello, my name is God. Why is it orange called an orange when the orange is orange? It's called an orange because the orange is orange. What do you mean? My brain, what? Is it supposed to say why is an orange? What do you mean? An orange is called an orange because the orange is orange. That is a true statement. That is a true statement. I don't understand. Is it not a true statement? Should the orange be called a green? I wouldn't call an orange a green. That'd be silly. Now, riddle me this. Why is an apple not called a red? I don't know. My niece was like, yeah, and I was like, listen, was she little? Was she like a little baby niece? Because little kids say the darnest things. You know, today, I'm a kindergarten teacher, and I teach 5-year-olds. Perfect. This story should appeal to you. I was going insane yesterday. I was literally about to pull my hair out. It is rare. Like, you have to have a lot of patience to be a kindergarten teacher. Obviously, I have 18 kids, and they're all 5 to 6 years old. But yesterday, I was at my limit. I mean, yesterday, I sat down with my kids because they were just having trouble following basic directions. Okay, I gave everyone counters. I said, count out 8, put 8 counters in front of you. Tell me why the class, hey Ruby, tell me why the class only 4 people out of 18 had the counters. And the rest of the kids had like 5, had like 6, 7. I said, count out 8 counters. Mind you, we can all count. They can all count. We've talked about counting for a long time. All right, they can all count. They can count out 8 counters. They just wouldn't. They were doing everything except for doing that. Some kids were just stacking the counters. I was like, guys, please. So not only like math time was just terrible. We started doing small groups. I was teaching them how to properly clean up again. We were revisiting it because they weren't doing a good job cleaning up. And instead of like pulling a group to my table, I just decided to walk around and see how my kids are doing in the groups, because some of the kids be looking with blank stares, you know? Every time you light a lighter, that lighter gets lighter until that lighter is too light to light. You know, that is true. Thank you guys for sharing such great wisdoms in my chat today. But okay, the one thing that happened today that yesterday was terrible though. I sat down with this one kid, is right in front of me, right? The game is called Math libs, what you do at math libs, you pick up a number card. Say with me, guys. You pick up a number card. So let's say it's number 5. He picks up the number. That's the number he picked up. He picked up the number 5. And then there's like pictures of different objects on it, and like a blank space at the bottom. So you write the number 5 next to one of like the objects or animal or something, and then you just draw that many pictures. So for example, one of the ones is a picture of a robot, and you can put a 5 next to the square, and then that means you have to draw 5 squares on the robot to make the robot look your own thing. Or like one's like a picture of like a pasture, and you have to like put the number 5 next to like a cow or something, and then draw 5 cows. You literally just draw a card, write the number next to an object or an animal, and then draw that many. That's all you do. This kid picked up the number 5, and he sat there and stared for like 10 minutes. I was watching him. Didn't do a thing. Like, he picked up the card, looked at his hand, looked at the paper, didn't do anything. So I walk over there. First, mind you, we've been doing this one group for like weeks now. So why walk over there? And I was like, okay, here, let me show you how to do it, since obviously you haven't been paying attention this entire time. Every single day we've been doing this. I go over there to that boy, sit right in front of him. Here, you got your 5 card. Write the number 5. Which he already did. He had his number 5 written. I said, okay, you got your number 5? Good. Now, you wrote the number 5 next to the cows. Draw 5 cows right here. And he draws the number 5. I take the eraser, I erase it, I say, no. Draw 5 cows here. He draws the number 5. I erase it, I say, no. Cows. Draw cows. Draw a cow. Draw a cow right here. He draws the number 5. I erase it. No, sweetie, you're supposed to just draw a cow. Don't even worry about the number 5. We're not talking about number 5 anymore. Just draw a cow. Just draw a cow. He writes the number 5. I erase it. I point to the picture of the cow. I say, this, here. This, here. Draw this, here. He writes the number 5. I said, draw this cow right here. This is a cow. Say cow. Cow. Say cow. Cow. Okay. Draw this cow right here. He writes the number 5. I erase it. I take his hand with the marker in his hand. I draw the cow. While guiding, I guide his hand, and we draw a cow together. I point it, I say, cow. Cow. Draw this cow. We just drew one. Draw another one right here. He wrote the number 5, and I didn't know what to do. I genuinely didn't know what to do at that point. I said, listen, I've tried everything. I almost walked away. I was about to walk away. I was going insane. I genuinely was going insane. How old is the little guy? I'm a kindergarten teacher. They're 5 and 6. I've just never had a kid who just can't draw what I point to. Like he is like, I don't know. I don't know. I was going insane. I was like, and I was like in front of him having this back and forth over and over. And I even erased the number 5 like all over the board and got rid of the 5. We couldn't even see the 5 anymore. Stop drawing the 5. We dropped the 5. No more 5s. This here, he still couldn't do it, and I was going insane. I genuinely, he did eventually do it. It took him probably about 10 minutes of us just going back and forth before he drew a singular cow. And I said, okay, that's good. Draw 3 more. Okay, draw 3 more, please. My niece decided to give herself, she calls makeup, which is just blue marker. Doggo, you're so funny. I like your character idea. My mom was a 1st to 3rd grade teacher for a long time. The story sounds so familiar. Insane. I hate that it sounds so familiar, but oh my god. Because kindergarten, like, people, like, think that kindergartners aren't capable of a lot of stuff. They are. They're capable of a lot of things. It's just that parents don't allow them to be that capable. The kid drew 5 cows. No, he didn't end up drawing the 5 cows. He drew like 2 of them. And I said, you know what? Good job, because at least you drew a cow, right? Because we had this back and forth for long. No, in the end, he never drew 5 cows. He drew 2. And I said, you know what? That's enough for today. You know, this has been racking both of our brains, it seems. That's enough for today. No, in the end of the story, he never did draw those 5 cows. He never did. The end. They can't draw cows very well, but most of them just draw like circles for like a body and then like 4 lines for like a leg. Their brains are still forming. It's fine. It's not fine. When I tell you that kind of interaction is not normal for a 5-year-old. 5-year-olds are very, very, a lot more capable than you think they are. Like, I know a lot of people think, like, they hear kindergarten, they hear 5, 6-year-olds, so they think, oh, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. Hey, Sammy, you know that in kindergarten, we teach kids how to add and subtract. They're learning how to add and subtract. They're learning how to read. They're learning how to write sentences. From copying me, but also even listening to a sentence I say and write the sentence down just from sounding out words and using a combination of red words. They do a lot in kindergarten. Like, these kids are very capable of a lot of things. And a lot of people don't know that. So a lot of kids come into kindergarten not like being able to put on their own jacket or being able to put their own book bag on. They're like fully able to do that. Are they repeating what you say too? Yes, they can repeat what I can say fully. As long as you break it down by like a few words, like repeat after me. This is the best day. You know, they can repeat like that. And then we can also say it together, like this is the best day. Like they can do that. They're very capable. But so a lot of people don't know that. They think like kindergarten is still like a year when they're like taking naps. They don't have nap time anymore. When they're taking naps and they're playing games. And we play a little bit of games and we do a lot of brain breaks, but like we're still working a lot. She learned to talk through sign language. Interesting. I believe you. They are incredibly smart, like terrifyingly so smart. They are very smart. Oh yeah, they are very smart. It's the ones that are like really behind that don't know much. They need naps in high school? Yeah, we need naps in kindergarten too. I actually don't know why we don't do nap time. There used to be nap time in kindergarten years ago, but it got taken out, and I don't know why. Like, I genuinely feel like these kids would perform better if they had a nap throughout the day. Because, for a lot of grades, because the way kids work, right? In the morning, they have no energy. And then, like, through the halfway mark of the school day is when they get all their energy out of nowhere. So, like, our school starts at 8. So, like, from, like, 8 to, like, 12-ish, they're okay. Once 12:30 hits, they are bouncing off the walls. That is when we need nap time. We need nap time at 12:30, from like 12:30 to 1, so we can finish up the day like on a high note, you know? Yapping after bar, cute name, thank you. I'm still in purgatory? No, what does that mean? Sometimes a kid will fall behind for a while and then suddenly catch up a few years later. That can happen. It's very rare though. Usually once a kid falls behind, they continue to get behind more and more than they already were. So like kindergarten, for example, they might be on a pre-K level. But then by the time they reach the 1st grade, they're still on that pre-K level. And then they reach 2nd grade and maybe they finally moved up to the kindergarten level. And then they reach 3rd grade and they're on a kindergarten level still. And the gap gets wider and wider because from grade to grade, you build on concepts, right? Like I said, in kindergarten, we're learning how to add and subtract. We are adding and subtracting within 10 in kindergarten. So then they go in 1st grade and they continue that. They add and subtract with bigger numbers. But if you didn't learn how to add and subtract with little baby tiny numbers in kindergarten, then of course you're going to go into 1st grade trying to add and subtract within like not 50, that's a big number, within like 20 or 30. And you can't do it because you never learned how to do it with just like 5 to 10 numbers, you know? Like from numbers 5 to 10. So like every year it builds. So like you get further and further behind. If you didn't learn the letters and sound, because we teach letters and sound in kindergarten. If you don't learn the letters and sounds in kindergarten, how are you going to do any work in any other class? You know what I mean? So like it starts in kindergarten. If a kid ends kindergarten like super behind, they are going to get really, really, really far behind after that. It actually gets really sad. There are literal 5th graders at my school who just can't read. They don't know the alphabet. They can't write their name. They don't know any of the letters of the alphabet. Can't tell you a letter name. Can't tell you a letter sound. It's kind of sad, actually. But that's also because we're not allowed to really hold kids back. They don't tell you that when you're in elementary and middle school because they want you to try your best. But like, policies are that you can only hold a child back one time. You can hold a kid back, but only once. You can't hold them back more than once. So, like, if a kid doesn't grasp the kindergarten concept at all, sometimes we'll hold them back in kindergarten. That's it. If they are still behind, they are just behind forever, you know? You're required to push them on to the next year. It doesn't matter whether they failed the end of the year state test, you still push them on. Also, the end of the year state test, like in elementary and middle school, that does not determine like whether you go on to the next grade level or not. It just kind of helps the teacher determine that. But like, if you fail the state test, but like your grades are good, they're still gonna pass you to the next grade. Fun fact. I learned that like super late in my years and I was really upset about it. I learned that like 8th grade. I was like, wait, you mean to tell me I was stressing about this test the whole time and it didn't even matter? I could have failed and still passed on because I had all A's in all my classes. Possibly they're not in the right environment to help them learn. They might need a different setting. See, that's also a problem, right? I talk about this on my channel quite a few times. The No Child Left Behind Act left a lot of kids behind because that was the rule that made quote unquote inclusive classrooms. So before, kids with like learning disabilities, certain behavior disabilities used to be kept in separate classrooms so that you could meet them at their level. They were like smaller class sizes, you know, smaller class sizes, and then the teachers specialized in working with special needs kids. That used to be a thing that exists. It doesn't exist anymore because of the No Child Left Behind Act that passed in the early 2000s. Now, you got all these special needs kids just in your classroom. I can't help them. I literally have a baby in my class who is nonverbal. She is 6 years old. She is nonverbal. She can say words, but she mostly babbles. Like, she mostly babbles like a baby. She is capable of, like, copying. She's capable of tracing very well. But if you ask her to write something on her own, she can't do it. And it's not usually because she doesn't know how to do it. Sometimes I just don't think she understands directions when given to her. Like, she does not. I think she hears you, but she doesn't comprehend what to do. So every single paper I get back from her are just scrabbles all the time. I can like highlight words for her and have her trace it, and she'll trace it perfectly. It'll be the best handwriting ever. But if I tell her to do something on her own, it scribbles. She always scribbles. She won't draw the pictures I need her to draw. She won't write the words I need her to write. What do I do about that? Nothing. Genuinely nothing. I'm not a special needs teacher. They don't have separate classes anymore. She gets pulled. Now, you're allowed to get pulled out for that, right? So you get pulled out into like a special needs class for like an hour or 2 hours a day, but that's it. They don't have full-time classes anymore, and I think it's really dumb because now, because of quote unquote inclusion, they didn't want the kids to feel bad and left out. I'm like, it's not about, I mean, part of it, yeah, it is about their feelings, but it's also about like what works for them, and being in a normal classroom surrounded by peers who can do what being asked for. I feel like that make a kid feel worse. I know like part of it was like, oh, they don't want the kids to feel left out, but I'm like, me personally, I pretty much would feel way more left out if I was put in a class full of kids who are very capable of doing like all the stuff that was asked and I couldn't. I mean, you're going to know that exists. That's how like you get bullied and stuff, you know, like it happens. I would much rather be in a separate classroom where like we're all on the same level and we're all learning to work together than being put in a class full of kids who can do stuff and I can't. So, but it's not helpful. It makes it really hard, and kids like that just kind of get left behind. I mean, I can't really do much for her other than continue to let her like trace what I write first. Welcome to Puppy Academy. It sucks. It does. But again, it's the laws and stuff that are in place are just not good. I feel like a child like that should be put back in the previous class or had at home classes. Also, about retention. So remember, a kid can only be retained one time, right? In their entire lifetime. So if they get retained in kindergarten and they can't go into the next grade, they can never be held back ever again. However, there is an exception to that. Not a good exception. If a kid has special needs, so if they are labeled as a special need kid for having some sort of disability, they are actually not allowed to be held back at all. You cannot hold back a child who's labeled as special needs. So my baby who babbles, she doesn't talk fully, and she doesn't talk fully yet because she's very like delayed. No, she can't write anything. She's just going to constantly get pushed on to next grades. Constantly moving on to grades. Constantly probably being like super behind, not knowing what's going on, etc. It's a lot. It is a lot. I'm back, but not for a long time. This time I got to go shower. Okay, have fun. She needs to be homeschooled. See, the parents were talking to me about different ideas of like what they could do. But like any system that would be good for her would cost a ton of money. Like for example, she would probably benefit for like a more hands-on approach, which Montessori schools are a special kind of school that specializes in it. But y'all know how much Montessori schools cost? Welcome to Puppy Academy, Snowfall. I literally sat down with the parents and they were like, we need like a school that's better for her. Like public school isn't it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, she could be homeschooled. And they were like, oh, we gotta work. We don't have time for that, which is valid. Both parents are working. You can't really work and then be home teaching your kids stuff at the same time. That is a concern. And so I was like, well, we can look. I said, let's look up Montessori schools right now because that's a hands-on type of school. I like Montessori. I would love to be a Montessori teacher, but you have to go through extra special training, and I don't feel like doing all that. And in my city, there's only like 2 Montessori schools, and I don't think it's worth going on that training just for 2 schools to be my only options of working. Yeah. The tuition, there's a tuition you have to pay just for your kid to be admitted into a Montessori school. And when I tell you, it was a lot. Oh my gosh. It was like, for one kid of the age of 5, it'll be $15,000 for the year. I was like, 15,000? 5 digits. For 1 year of schooling? Insane. School systems be setting them up for failure. That's like pushing someone who was in a regular math straight into AP Cal. I mean, that's what they do. So all you can do is just kind of shake your head and hope for the best. Welcome to Puppy Academy. What ends up happening is that's why you end up now with we have a lot of 4th or 5th graders who are like I said, they don't know how to write their name, they don't know letters, they can't sign, they can't read anything, and they're in like 4th, 5th grade about to go into middle school. And it's a lot more common than you think. It's a lot of kids who can't read anymore. Part of it is because they don't have to. Everything's read to them. I mean, when I was a kid, our source of entertainment was like card games. You had to read to play some of the card games, at least, or at least to understand the instructions, right? Video games, which did not have voice acting back then, so you had to read to do that. I didn't have YouTube all the time, but I did have specific websites where I could try different games, and some of the games involved reading. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that anymore. Just hit that text to speech button. You know, Just look at the bright color, shiny, colorful thumbnail, you know? It tells everything for you. This is a random Coco saying that everyone here is loved and appreciated. Thank you, I appreciate it, Coco! My cousin put her first child in a school. I don't know how much it was. It was not cheap. I don't know what that kind of school is. So the Montessori school, semi-fun place, but barely helped me learn much. I started peaking when my parents got me into reading. I mean, I guess I can see it. I can see that because like it is very, very hands-on. So I can see there being like both benefits and detriments. You know, it's more like we're learning through exploration than like actually learning like reading or writing. So I can get that. I can see that there's probably a lot of downsides to it. I just like it because I think Montessori is a bit more age appropriate, at least for younger kids. Now, I think when they get older, it's a bit much. But I think Montessori really shines, like pre-K, kindergarten age, etc. Maybe 1st grade. I think after 1st grade, it's like, okay, go back to a normal classroom, you know? It's tough out here. Yeah, these kids, they're not doing too hot. Part of the reason too that they're not doing too hot as well is because of parents. Parenting teaching style has kind of changed. Um, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but adults are really sensitive these days. Um, and if like there's an issue with their kid in school, instead of like blaming the kid, like, hey, why haven't you been doing their homework? They go to the teacher and they're like, hey, why are you assigning homework for my kid? Instead of being like, hey kid, why aren't you doing homework? You know what I mean? Like, or they just don't care. I have a lot of parents that just do not care. I got a lot of it. Kindergarten is a year of high chronic absenteeism. Like, it is the year where like a lot of parents just don't send their kids to school because again, they think their kids are just, well, one, because that's their baby. And sometimes the parents want their babies to be at home with them. And because they're their babies, if they say, my head hurts, they keep them home. Oh, I had the tiniest little cough, they keep them home. So I have some kids I hardly see just because they're like very slightly ill. Oh, my tummy hurts today. Okay, well, don't go to school, just stay in bed. I have a kid. So like we've been in school for about 70 something days. I have a kid who's literally only been present a third of the time. I mean, 2/3 of the time. So he's missed 30% of school. And it's because, oh, well, he said his tummy hurts, so I didn't take him to school today. Well, he had a very slight headache, and I didn't want him to be sick. And I'm like, please, I understand this is your baby. Or, like, I have one parent who won't take their kid to school because sometimes she'll just cry and say, I don't want to go to school because she misses her mom. And it's funny because kindergarten, the kids are going to cry a lot because they miss their parents. But some parents think that, like, the teacher must be, like, absolutely beating the kid up and that's why their kid comes crying. I'm like, no, your kid is crying because they miss you. They literally say in class all day, I miss my mommy. So they'll just cry. Cry, I miss my mommy. And the parents be like, what are you doing to my child? I'm like, your child's crying, not because she hates school. She just wants to be with you. Please stop keeping her home or else she's going to be crying every single year, all the way up until high school because you don't want to let her go. I didn't do well in school. Look at me now. I'm a CDL that my former employer paid for. Hey, that's pretty cool. I was a nerd. I did very well in school. I was a big nerd. I took all the hardest classes I could. I shouldn't have. It was so stressful, but my parents, oh, your head hurts. Here's the ibuprofen. Bro, my parents were literally, we had the policy of, unless you have a fever or you are throwing up, you are going to school. And I was so mad about that because there's some days where I feel really, really terrible, but I still go to school anyways. But I mean, it's valid. That's the school's policy. If you don't want to catch a truancy case, which, you know, truancy is when they take you to court because you missed too many, like, because your child just hasn't been showing up to school often. If you don't want to catch a truancy case, I suggest you send your kid to school unless they have a fever or they're throwing up. Otherwise, it's not excused. And they will be, and the social worker will be knocking on your door. Okay. I think people forget sometimes too that like it's legal. It's illegal for your kid to not attend school. They have to come to school. So these parents who like keep their kids home because their kid, she was crying and I didn't want to send her to school anyway. So they like missed like 30 days because she was quote unquote crying. Bye crying. Yeah, those parents got something coming to them. They do. Knock knock. Who's that? Oh, it's a social worker. Here to demand that I see you in court over truancy. They usually wait until like more extreme situations for like the truancy thing. But I literally had a kid my first year who missed 70 days. 70 days of school. And it was because the parent was paranoid all the time. He was convinced that I wasn't feeding her at school, like I wasn't letting her eat her lunch. So at some point he was convinced I wasn't letting her drink water because she would come home with her water bottle relatively full. And I was like, sir, your daughter has free will. I do not demand I do not force these kids to drink water. She can ask to get water at any time. He was like, well, why does she come home and her water bottle's full? She hasn't touched her water bottle. I'm like, that's a her problem, not a me problem. Like, and then he would like pack her snacks 70. She missed 70 days. And he would pack her snacks like a lunchbox full of snacks. And then he would get mad when the lunchbox was still like full. I mean, like, yeah, it's still full. I'm like, Well, yeah, she has to get school lunch if all you're packing is snacks. He was upset that she didn't have time to eat both her school lunch and her like 10 packs of snacks she kept in her book bag and her lunch box. Hey, Olive. Hey, Gunner. And I'm like, sir, I cannot allow your daughter to just eat 6 different packs of snack for lunch. She has to get school lunch. What's up, Gunner? But yeah, that parent accused me of starving their child, accused me of not letting their child drink water. Then he accused me of being a terrible person because he wanted to throw his daughter a birthday party, but he was doing too much. He wanted to bring a cake, cupcakes, gift bags filled with toys for everybody, and McDonald's. I said, sir, you can bring one of those items. You either bring toy bags, you either bring cupcakes, you either bring a cake, or you bring McDonald's. I told him that. The front office told him that, because remember, these kids are 5. If you pull up with all that stuff at one time, they're not going to be calmed down. They're going to be hyper for the rest of the day. And that's what happened, because the parents showed up, dropped the stuff off. They said, no, sir, you can't do that. And he just dropped it and left. Like, he literally just left it there, and he walked away. And this is the same kid who has missed 70 days, by the way. Whenever there's an event at the school, you best bet that child was there. If it was picture day, she was there for it. If it was, the picture day was there for it. If it's her birthday, oh, she's there for it. If it's the day before a holiday when you know we're not going to be teaching, like a day before winter break, oh, she was there. She was always there for anything that was fun that was happening at school. And then the parent had the nerve to tell me that I need to take videos and pictures of when the kids get their cake and cupcake and bag of, and food bags and McDonald's. I was like, you're crazy. And then I fussed at him. I said in a message, I said, please do not do this again. We already warned you multiple times not to do this, and you brought it anyways. The kids cannot focus. School is a place of learning. It's not a party place. At most, we can do like a short 30-minute party at the end of the day, but you can't just show up in the middle of the day filled with a bunch of stuff. Hey, Zenny! And he was like, oh man, I thought you were a good teacher. Huh? You're calling me a bad teacher because I want the kids to focus? What a crazy take. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Ella. What's your question, Zenny? Not to mention that's crazy amount of food for kids. Like, I like to eat, don't get me wrong, but cakes, especially cupcakes and McDonald's, like, yeah, and they only get 20 minutes for lunch. They get 20 minutes for lunch, so I mean, most of it went in the trash anyways. And his timing was bad because he told me, I asked him to pick one thing to bring. He said that he was only going to bring the McDonald's. I said, okay, you can bring that during our lunchtime. This is what our lunchtime is. Either bring it slightly before or bring it during lunch. He brought it after we finished lunch. So we ate all of our food, and then he brought McDonald's. And I was like, well, what are we supposed to do with this? We already spent 20 minutes eating, and now you're pulling up with this big old, like, lunch. And if you let it sit out, it's going to get cold. Our school has roaches, okay? I work at a Title I school. It's a broke school. We don't have money. Of course, we got roaches. We got roaches. I'm like, well, I can't let it sit there. I don't know. How do you dress good? I'm not a good person to ask that question to. I dress really poorly. I mean, look at my outfit right now. I got a bunch of mismatches and red of stuff. I'm totally convinced it's crazy. Why didn't you threaten that little girl with violence if she didn't eat her snacks and drink water? I mean, that's what it seems like. That's what they want me to do. The parents be like, I can't believe he was saying she's starving. She's starving. And then he was saying, like, the older sister would walk my kid down to her class, and she'd be like, please, Miss Blue, she's starving. She comes home and she says how hungry she is because she's starving and you're not feeding her. Let her eat. I literally had to take a picture of her kid eating lunch food before the parents stopped, like, whining about it. I remember when there was a massive protest near my school and parents, instead of letting me stay home, he said, and I quote, you are going to school anyways, doesn't matter what is happening. That's insane. That is insane. I wouldn't know how to dress better, but I have 0 people to ask IRL. I don't know how to dress better. Alright, when I'm not streaming, I literally wear a t-shirt and, like, a pair of jeans. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't be a teacher solely based on the parents. You know, I was stressed about parents when I first started teaching, but I think it depends on your demographic. I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna sound really weird. Because whenever you mention race, people get really weird about it. But I teach mostly Hispanic kiddos. The demographic of my school is like 70 to 80% like Hispanic, and like a little bit of Black and a little bit of Asian, and then like no maybe like a 2% like white, right? That's the demographic of my kids. I have learned that a lot of Hispanic parents, at least, are very polite and very kind. Usually when I have a problem with parents, it's not from like the Hispanic ones. And I honestly, I think that just comes from like a different type of culture. The way they raise their kids, I've noticed they're like, oh, what happened to my model? Oh, okay, there we go. They're a lot more strict in their parenting styles, I've noticed, and they're like a lot like harder on their kids when it comes to them like doing their work and stuff and making sure that they're like where they're supposed to be. So at least at my school, I don't really have too many problems with parents. I'm not gonna lie. Most of the parents I've had were a real joy. This year in particular, I've had a lot of parent conferences. I've had the most conferences this year than I've ever had. Usually I send out like, hey, here's a parent conference form, and I only get like 4, 5, 6 of them back. This year I got 11. I had 11 conferences out of 17. I had 17 kids at the time. I got 18 now. I have 11 conferences, and every single one of them, the parents were really kind. Even if I was telling them that your kid's a little menace, they were really kind. They're like, yeah, I understand. My model is dying again. Hello. I don't know what's wrong. Anyways, and they all thanked me this year. Every single one of them said, thank you. Thank you for being, let me fix something real quick. I don't know why I keep spazzing. Oh no. They were like, thank you so much for being my child's teacher. I really appreciate you. Every single one, every 11 conference, they all sat down and thanked me at the end. I was really surprised. I mean, previously I used to get like 1 or 2 parents like, thank you so much for what you do. No, every parent did that. I even had one parent bow. One set of parents from my Asian kid. They bowed to me, and they said, thank you for everything you do with my child. I was like, oh my God. The level of respect from the parents this year is insane. I mean, I have a good group of kids though. I think I really lucked out. I don't have any demon parents this year. Last year I had one parent that was just cursing me out all the time. She was terrible. The year for that, I had that one parent who was accusing me of just threatening her child. This year, the only issue I have with parents is one that like is overprotective of their child. That's it. And they don't fuss either. They're just really down to earth. Like you could sit down and have a conversation with them. They're just really overprotective. But like this year, oh my God, they were so kind. These parents are the best parents I could ever ask for. As an Asian, bowing is very regular when it comes to actually respecting people. Oh no, I was surprised. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, the level of respect I received after those. I left like, usually I leave like conferences like super like, oh man, I gotta do the next one. No, I left each conference with a smile on my face because all the parents I met this year were so good. It's probably never going to be like this again, you know. I'm sure next year I've had 2 good years in a row when it came to kids, and this is my first year just having all good parents. I have a feeling that next year I've had it good for too long. Next year is when I'm probably going up with the demon parents and demon children. But oh my God, they've been the most sweetest, most respectful like bunch of parents, and it's also probably the most diverse classroom I've had too. Usually like my classroom is like all Spanish speakers. My first year, out of like 18 kids, later 19, only like 4 of them spoke English, so that was a little hard. This year I have a very big mix. Like I have like, I mean, it's still mostly Hispanic. I got like, I want to say I got 8 kids who are Hispanic. I got a lot of Asian. I got like 8 kids who are Hispanic. I got like maybe like 6 kids who are like Asian. I have 1 kid who's white, and then 3 who are Black. I'm sure that's bad math. I mean, I don't think that equals 18, but close enough. I'm just ballparking things, you know. So I got a pretty decent mix this year, you know. Pretty interesting. Usually my classroom is like all Hispanic. That's just a demographic of the area, and the school and stuff, you know. So I ain't complaining though. We be having a good old time in my classroom. Howdy, how's it going? Hey, Ghosty! It's going good. Parents would be far worse than the kids. Oh yeah, but usually if a kid's bad, the parent is bad. Like, usually they feed off each other's energy so like terribly. Like, you know for a fact. Like, sometimes you like meet a parent and you're like, oh, this is why your child be acting like that. Oh, I get it now. Like, sometimes you meet a parent and it just makes sense. You're just like, oh my god. Okay, I understand. I understand now. I get it. You're the reason your child's like that. Crazy. Hey, Garby King! It didn't help that she worked at the private school for some time. Rich parents me. Oh my god. I kind of think that's part of why the parents are very kind. I work in a very poor school, and the mentality that poor people have are a lot different than the ones who have a lot of money. I can tell you that. Because the people who don't got a lot of money, they work hard to just stay afloat sometimes. They work hard just to get their kids to school every day. And I really appreciate them for that. Anyway, Shaw, I have a 3-minute ad break that will be starting. Like now. So I'm gonna put in the be right back screen for 3 minutes. I'm gonna go bathroom and just go get a snack. Cause I'm gonna get a snack. I got cookies. I'm gonna check on my laundry. Okay, y'all, but anyways, be right back. Yeah, be right back. cutie patooties! I have come back with a special announcement. It's not a special announcement. I just want to say hi. That's just special announcement. I say hi. Hello, Joe. One thing I haven't talked about. I talked about a lot of work things because I just be talking about work all day. But I got one thing I want to talk about. It's what I'm going to do Friday. Friday is the last day before break. Last day before the break. Welcome to Puppy Parade, friend. And on that day, I bought gingerbread cookies for everybody. I bought gingerbread cookies. So on Friday, right, we're gonna watch a movie. We're gonna do a bunch of arts and crafts, like cut this out, glue it together, draw it. I haven't figured out which arts and crafts yet, but we're not doing a single thing of work on Friday. I bought everybody chocolate chip cookies. I bought gingerbread man, and they're all gonna get like a little tiny container and a popsicle stick for icing, so they can put the icing on the cookie, and they're all gonna get a little bit of like sprinkles and stuff for their cookie. And then when they're done decorating it, they can eat it. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I still need to go. I need to go to Walmart. I'll probably go tomorrow. I still need to buy tablecloths for the tables because I do not want to clean up that mess. So you buy a temporary tablecloth just so I can pick it all up and put it straight in the trash. So I'm gonna buy a temporary tablecloth. I'm going to buy I need to buy, what else? I have more than that. Oh, I need to buy more sprinkles. And I need to buy I'm probably gonna buy a little bit more icing because usually the icing that comes with those like kits and stuff is not nearly enough for like the whole class. Like everyone's like scraping for like this little tiny little itty bitty bit of icing I give them every year. Hopefully the roaches don't come out. So that would suck. I haven't had an issue with the roaches came out though. Sorry, my throat didn't like that. What subject do you teach? I teach all of them. I teach kindergarten. I teach everything. My kids are in my same class for 8 hours a day, and I teach them to read, to write, math, social studies, science. I teach all. Yeah, I'm gonna need more sprinkles. I'm gonna need more icing. I think that's really it. Is there anything else? I mean, you can buy like little good gummies and stuff, but candy these days, I don't know. All the prices for everything sucks. So I don't know if I want to go and buy all that other stuff. Buying the gingerbread men themselves costs a lot of money. It's hard. I mean, yeah, buying gingerbread stuff, usually like they'll be like, oh, it's one gingerbread house for $15. It'd be like a normal size one. Man. And then I have a whole class of like 18, so it's like trying to accommodate people. You know, when I was a kid, I used to talk trash about the teachers who would buy pizza for the class and give you the tiniest little sliver. You know, they'd cut that pizza in like 16ths, and then you can get 2 slices of that. Bro, I used to talk trash about them teachers. Like, man, we're gonna do this stupid pizza party. They hardly give us any pizza. Now I'm looking back on it, and I'm like, yeah, they ain't giving us no pizza. The school don't provide the pizza. The teacher does. And who's gonna go out and buy 4, 5, 6 boxes of pizza for your class to have some? Nah, we getting one slice. We getting one pizza, one large pizza, and we gonna cut them into 18 slices. They were doing the best they could. They really were. Welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. In our 5th grade Christmas party, we made gingerbread houses. It was so fun. Every year I usually try to do some sort of gingerbread house thing, but what I usually do, I just give like each kid a wall or a part of the house. So this kid gets this side of the wall, this kid gets this side of the wall, this kid gets that side of the wall, this person gets the roof, and they get to decorate that piece themselves, and then they try to put it together. Some kids can put them together, some kids can't. It is what it is. If they put it together, great. If they don't, they still got to decorate a wall, so they're not upset about it, you know? So it's a fun time. I love the last day. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Especially because it's the last day for a break, man. I love saying bye-bye. See y'all in 2 weeks. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I'm thinking of doing a Christmas like subathon type of thing. Well, I do thronathons really, more so than subathons. For my classroom, I think it would be really nice if I could go into the new year with stuff for my classroom. So I might do a thronathon to raise funds for classroom materials, because right now I have a ton of stuff on my throne that I would love to have in my class. Some things are kind of necessities, so I'm probably going to end up like buying myself anyways. Like, I had a laminator on my throne, I got rid of it, and I just bought my own laminator. So I'll probably do some form of like Christmas donathon. I really want to do a Christmas song karaoke. I just want to sing Christmas songs on stream. Maybe I'll which will definitely be sometime next week. Maybe I'll do it like Monday or Tuesday next week, since you know I'm gonna be living my best life. Also, I like singing. I don't know a lot of words though. Welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. I don't know a lot of words to songs, so you might hear me like sing the chorus, and then once we get out of the chorus, I'm just like, That's what I am for most songs, which suck. I really do want to get into like singing a lot more. I find singing to be fun, and I found a person who does really good like mixing and mastering and editing stuff, and it makes me want to like sing more songs, but like I don't know enough words to songs to sing songs. I'm over here like, man, I want to become a VTuber idol. I want to be one of those VTubers who like do their normal VTube and stuff, but like on the side they be like singing songs and like having like hosting their own like full concert where they're singing everything, you know? And I'm just like, dang, I can't do that because I don't know enough words. And a lot of like the songs and like VTubing community are like Japanese songs too. I don't speak Japanese, and while yeah, you can just like kind of copy like what they're saying, sometimes it's hard to hear like all the syllables and stuff in a song, and I don't want to sing it wrong and sound stupid, like I'm making up words or something, you know. And also some things is like too fast. Like one of my favorite, there's like a song that I like is called like I Don't Care About Christmas or something. It's a really cute like song. It's in Japanese, but the lady, she speaks so fast. I would never be able to do a song cover of that one. I'm gonna have to be like studying what she's saying for like weeks and weeks on end because she talks so fast. Hey Elle, how are you? But yeah, I would love to get into more singing stuff. I feel like this concert that I'm hosting on Saturday, or having a winter concert on Saturday, by the way, at 10 a.m. Eastern time, be there. I feel like this concert that I'm doing on Saturday has ignited a fire in me. I want to sing. I also want to dance too. I wish I had a 3D model. If I had a 3D model, I would like literally learn how to sing and dance. I'm really bad at dancing, but I would learn if I had a 3D model. Just so I could do full like dances, and I'd be like streaming standing up, and I'd be like, because I'm so random like in like the things I do, but y'all don't see that because I'm 2D. Someday, that's my ultimate VTuber goal. Like if somehow like my channels take off and I'm making $1 million trillion every day, the first thing I'm buying is a 3D model and like a 3D area, like a 3D room to go with it. Oh, that's the first thing I'm buying. And like a mocap thing so I can have like full body tracking. That'd be so fun. But you know, I got like 1,000 more years before that happens, you know. My channel is growing, but it ain't that big yet, you know. We're growing, but we ain't that big. It's going to give me like 5 more years. When I'm in my like, give it to when I'm in my 30s, and maybe I'll be okay. I'm at the same point because I'm learning English and I need to pay a lot of attention to understand English natives. Oh, should I talk slower? I'm a really bad entry point. A really bad starting person because I talk really fast sometimes. I'm trying to sleep and failing. Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. I hope you can get good sleeps later though. I hope you can. Panda, why are you bonking them? How are they supposed to fall asleep if you're gonna beat them up? That's like the opposite of falling asleep, silly. You're just gonna keep them up forever and ever and ever. Now you sleep? Oh, I see. Just hit them hard enough and then maybe they'll fall asleep. Oh, also about this concert, I'm really hoping that we can do the concert on time. However, I work with kids and 4 kids are home with fevers right now in my class. So there is always a chance that I develop a fever right before the concert, and I'm kind of scared about that concept. I literally told my kids today, I said, listen, all right, we got a break coming up, and I got a lot of things I want to do during this break, so I'm gonna need y'all. We went over. I said, if you blow your nose, you better get that hand sanitizer. You come out of the bathroom, you better wash your hands. If you cough or sneeze, you better cough in your arm. No fingers in mouth, no fingers in nose. No fingers in your pants. You'd be surprised how many kids just stick their hands in their pants just cause. Just because they can. And then they stick their finger right in the nose right afterwards. And in their mouth. Bro, I be witnessing stuff from 5-year-olds. They're so nasty. They're like the nastiest little creatures ever. They're so gross. Like it's bad. With the new super flu? There's a new super flu? Oh no. Not a beginner, but I'm not advanced either. I get it, yeah. It's so bad though. These kids are really gross. Did I tell y'all? No, I did, because it's my first time streaming this week. Nah, on Friday I was angry because I had put my sweater on I had left my sweater on my desk. Tell me why. You know, tell me why when I went to go retrieve my sweater, get my sweater off my desk, it was in the trash can instead, next to the desk. Someone had probably just knocked my sweater over into the trash can and had the audacity to leave it there. And this is the trash can that's next to my desk. My desk is where the Kleenexes are. So a bunch of snotty tissues. My sweater was right there on it. Good time. I loved fishing my sweater out of a snotty trash can full of snot balls. Ugh. You could do a fight with Eminem. No, I don't talk that fast. I do talk pretty fast though. I don't know if I say I talk that fast. I have to slow myself down though, because I know for my students I talk kind of fast sometimes, and I'd be like, sorry, let me repeat that, or I'll talk so fast that I trip over myself when I say it, and I just mess up my words. Today, one of my kids asked me a question that I thought, oh, maybe you wouldn't know what that was. She said, what does cuz mean? First I thought she was saying cuss, like when you say like a cuss word. I was like, cuss? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I didn't say the word cuss. Are you saying cuz? I say cuz a lot. She's like, yeah, what's cuz? And I was like, oh. I guess if that's not your dialect, you wouldn't know. Because I say cuz instead of because all the time. I'd be like, you need to come sit over here. Cuz it's important. That's my fault. That is my fault. Like, you know, I have my own teacher talking. I have my way of talking as like a teacher where I kind of drop a lot of the slang. Not all of it. I drop a lot of the slang, but some words slip between the cracks. And I guess the word cuz did, because she was like, what does cuz mean? And I was like, oh, it just means because. I just shorten it sometimes. So I need you to sit down because it's important. I need you to listen because this is important. My bad. I need you to listen because this is important. Is what I said. I said, my bad, y'all. My bad. When I enter, I thought you're the final boss. I am the final boss. Because I'm just that girl, you know? I'm just that girl. I am the boss. Anyways, y'all, I've been streaming for exactly 2.5 hours. That's my end point. That's my end point. I just looked at the clock and I was like, man, I'm getting kind of tired. I'm like, oh, that's why. I've reached the time I usually end my stream at anyways. So let's go find somebody to raid. I see you again on Friday. I'm probably going to play Kirby Air Riders because I had a lot of fun last time I played it. So I'll probably play it again, okay? Wait, give me a compliment first. Panda, you're doing a really good job. I think you're doing a really good job handling everything. You've been going through so much lately, but you still managed to stay super positive, and I appreciate that about you, and that's such a good trait to have. You're full of good traits, good character traits. That's your compliment for today. Meow, meow, meow. Did you redeem compliment? Or did you just ask for one? It doesn't matter. I'm trying to be nice. The thumbnail for your stream is just your model smiling with your head to the side. It sure is. You know, I make all of my own thumbnails. Would you believe it? Would you believe that I make all of my own thumbnails? I sure do. I take a screenshot of my model and I slap it in front of a background and then just put my logo there. That's how I make all of my thumbnails. Would you believe it? I don't know how to. I'm a thumbnail artist. Would you look at that? Who knew? I gotta call you after this. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Okay, well I'm in extreme now. Now's the perfect time. All right. Like I say at the end of all of my streams, sayonara. I hope you have a good day. Okay. Okay. I see you guys on Friday. Friday at same time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna play. What are you gonna play? We're gonna play Kirby's. We're gonna play Kirby Air Ride. Anyways, we're gonna rate Claire, who's also playing Kirby Air Ride. That's what we're gonna play next time. So you should be looking at what she got. Okay. Okay. All right. Goodbye, friend. Goodbye.